Craig Cohen 87 here for episode 59 of the Iron Band. Bulking season is coming to an end. Not quite yet, but in the next few weeks, probably early January, I'm going to imagine, we'll be changing, we'll be switching over. I've been thinking about changing some of the things that I've been doing in the format. We'll see how that goes. Let's see, is there any news? I woke up at 237.6, so I'm up a pound from last week. Today is actually going to be a chest and shoulder day. The reason is because I've taken out one of my days from my workout. So now I only train 4 days a week. So the day that was taken out was the lats, hamstrings, and calves, not necessarily in that order day. So, and then I'm going to take tomorrow off. And then Saturday will be, what's Saturday going to be? Saturday is going to be day one. No, today is actually day one of the new day. Legs will be day 2 on Saturday. And that leg day that'll be a new leg day. I'll be doing sumo squats, and there'll be a few new exercises that you haven't seen me do. So we'll see how that one goes. I'm looking forward to it. I could definitely use the rest. I think I do better when I rest more and train harder. Not lots of volume. Some people like lots of volume, and studies do show that higher volume can be better than higher intensity. But for me specifically, I do better with higher intensity, less volume. That means less training days and less sets. I don't like to do more than 3 sets of anything. And even 3 is a lot. Like, I don't like doing 3 sets for compound movements. 3 sets for isolation movements, 2 sets for compound movements. That's how I like to roll. And I go all out. I don't leave anything in the tank. I don't go 80%. There's usually nothing left in reserve. My goal is to completely annihilate the muscle on the first set. And then on the second set, I just pour gasoline on top of that. For good measure. I've begun taking the Accutane. Yesterday I took my first full dose. I'm thinking 40 milligrams every other day. So that'll average to 20 milligrams per day on average. The reason why I don't want to go any more than that is because it's very strong. It can have a really negative impact on my skin. I've seen other people with their skin is like super, super dried out. So by taking a 40 milligram pill every other day, it will take longer for the acne to go away. But when the acne does go away, I'll be left with better looking skin. So it's kind of making a trade-off. But even after the first day I took it, I could already feel a difference. I don't really see a difference, but I can feel the difference. So you'll obviously see me when I pose, and you'll tell me what you think. But as of right now, there's not much to see. So you're probably not going to notice anything. There was a comment on my last video about posing 3 rounds, so I'd like to address that. I do know it is long, but again, the reason why I like to do 3 rounds of posing is so that I become a better poser. The more I do it, the better I'll get at it. And I want it to be second nature, and I have noticed it getting better. What I'm going to do is, though, I'm going to do all 1, 2, 3 back to back to back with no talking and no resting. I'm going to do it like military style, like I'm on stage, you know? No screwing around. 3 rounds of posing should definitely be done in under 7 minutes. And then we'll see where I am, and if I can get it under 6 minutes, that's what I'll do. And then we can just talk about it afterwards in the car. I don't need to talk about it while I'm doing it. So yeah, I get to do a chest day instead of working out legs, so today's going to be a great day. I had to buy a new blender. My blender was smoking this morning. My coach added some blueberries to my diet, but I like to get them frozen. I leave them in my freezer and I just weigh them out as I need them, but I had way too many frozen blueberries in there. And I've been doing this for about 2 weeks now, and that blew the motor. So I bought a heavy-duty 1200 watt Bad Boy Ninja from Costco. And this thing is going to completely pulverize those blueberries. That's also a bigger tank, so I can fit more water in there. I want to get as much water in my day as much water in my diet as possible. And if I can do it in that shake, I'll take it, because that shake's really, really, really good. So it'll make it last a bit longer. So that's where we are with that. Let's see. So while we're talking about cooking, I always cook my rice cereal in advance in a big pot. I take 10 bottles of 10 500 milliliter bottles, which equate to 5 liters, and I add 3 boxes of cream of rice. Now, I've been doing this since a long time, since last year, probably since June. That's when I started doing it, at the last competition I was at. And I've never messed up a batch, never. But as of right now, I've messed up the last 4 batches. Just making it and throwing it out, making it and throwing it out. So just think about it. I've thrown away 40 bottles of water and 12 boxes of cream of rice. So I'm kind of annoyed. It's not very expensive, but it's just annoying, you know? I don't like doing things wrong. So I think the next time I make it, I'm on a cold streak. Like, I have no confidence that I can make it properly now. I want to time everything. Give it my absolute focus. You need 100% of my mental capacity to do something anybody can do, or a child can do. I even bought a brand new whisk, like a strong whisk, because my old whisk would get stuck in there and the handle ripped off. But anyways, I digress. So that's where we are with food. Other than that, I think everything is doing well. So I got to figure out my cream of rice game. Definitely has to improve. And we'll see what one more day of rest does for me. I think it's going to be very significant. I think my leg days on Saturdays are going to be way better for 2 reasons. A, I will have rested the day before. And reason number 2, I will not have done legs 2 days prior. So I will be 100% fresh, which is interesting because my power is kind of going down a bit now that I'm off the T-ball. But now I'm more rested, so we'll see that dynamic. I'll learn something. I'm going to see what's more important, drugs or rest. I still say I won't be as strong, but I think I'll be a lot closer than normal. I'm still going to go for 630 and try to break the 13 reps. I got 11 reps last time. I'm going to do it exactly like that, and it's okay if I don't hit it, as long as I'm going to failure. Like, that's the most important part. What matters is that I'm stressing my muscles out as much as possible, and then giving them the food and the rest they require to rebuild. How many reps you actually hit it's not really that relevant. It's not like a mathematical engineering number, you know? Like an engineer, when they want to build a bridge, and let's say it's 100 feet long by 50 feet wide, they can tell you exactly how thick the steel has to be in order to support that weight. But biology isn't like that. Biology has so many variables in it that it's way more of you kind of got to feel your way through it. That's what is that called? Test. But you constantly got to test your abilities. There's a term for it, but I can't think about it right now. Can't think of it right now. But anyways, today is my Friday. I get the next 2 days off, so this is like my Friday, even though it's only Thursday. Feeling good. I'm looking good, aside from the acne. Dropping all that deca. I've lost a bunch of water. That's why I look more defined in my videos. I'm technically still in a caloric surplus, despite me losing weight. And when I actually get into the caloric deficit, boy, is my physique going to take a... It's going to look... Oof. I don't even want to say it, because I don't know. I'm just guessing. And I'm not just saying that to show off. Like, I really think... I've brought a package this year that I've never brought. I'm going to look like a different person than I did last year. Last year, on stage, I was skin and bones. I was 184.8 pounds. This year, I'm going to be up to 209. Definitely over 200. But the more, the better. But at the same time, I don't want to be too heavy for this show, because it's still only my first year. So I want to be able to gain a lot more in the next off season. I want to have more. Like, if this is the best I could do, that's good, but it's not great. You know, I'm not looking to have fun or place. I'm looking to win this show. And I need everything. I need my discipline. I need to execute. I need a game plan. Sorry, I need a game plan. I need to execute. I need everything to be on point. You know, being good at any one thing is not good enough. You got to be good at everything, because that's what winning is. That's why it's rare. That's why there's so few winners and so many, well, let's just call them non-winners. But anyways, now I'm going to start getting ready mentally for the gym. I'm going to focus on that. And I'll see you in the gym. All right, it's time for the pec deck. Last week, I got 190 for 12 reps. We'll see how close to 12 I can get. I'm starting at 190. Quality over quantity, baby. Let's go hit some of those gains. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. One. Nice and slow. Very deep. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. One more. 90 seconds begins now. All right, time for some dumbbell incline press. Last week I got 105s for 11. I don't know if I'll hit 11, but my goal is to get as close as possible with as much quality as possible. Whew. All right, I'm ready. Yeah. I got 8 in me. We'll see what I can get beyond 8. One. Nice and slow. 2. 3. Nice and smooth. 4. Deep stretch at the bottom. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Not bad. 130 starts now. 70 for 10. I want to try to beat that. If I can't beat the top set, beat the second set. Let's go for 11. 1. Nice and slow. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. One more. Ah! Felt very good. Let's go hit some flat dumbbells. All right. Gonna hit some flat dumbbells. Last week I got 80 for 13 reps. I want to go up. I want to go up to 85 pounds. My goal is at least 10, but I think I can get 12 out of this. Let's see what I got left. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Nice and slow. Hold the stretch. 7, 8. The goal is to make it hard, not easy. 9, 10, 11. One more. Nice. All right, time for some dips. Last week I got 50 pounds for 10. I want to get more reps. So I'm dropping the weight down to 40 pounds. Let's see what I got in the tank. I'm thinking 12 to 14. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Whew. Yeah, power's a bit down. Those were 9 ultra deep. I'll give it a minute and 30 and go with body weight. All right, second and final body weight. See what I got in the tank. 10 plus. Let's do the shit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice and slow. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo! Oh God. I don't know why I'm flexing my bicep. All right, let's hit some reverse flies. Last week I got, what was it, 165 for 11. I'm gonna cut it back down to 150 and see what I got in the tank. I want quality, not PRs. Let's do this shit. Straight arms, elbows down, all the way out. 1. Just control the negative. 2. Stretch those shoulders. 3. Nice and controlled. 4. All the way. 5. Focus on the rear delt. 6. Shoulders down. Don't want to engage the trap. 7. 8. It's killing me, but that's where the gains are. 9. One more. That's it. I'm happy with that. All right, I'm gonna try a new crunch. I'm gonna do the crunch on a reverse hyper. Let's see how this works out. I want to do 3 sets, but I may only do 1 if my spasms are really, really bad. I'm not gonna go down as far early on, and I'm gonna slowly build it up. I want to feel it out first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope. I'm gonna pull something if I do that. All right, let's hit some poses. Front relaxed. Quarter turn to the right. Quarter turn to the back. Quarter turn to the right. Front double with the vacuum. Side chest. Back double. Abs and thighs. Ooh. Classic Physique pose of my choice. Run that through again. See you in the car. And episode 59 is in the books. Had a killer workout. I didn't set any PRs, but you know what? That wasn't the point of this workout. This workout was about coming as close as possible while destroying the muscle and going to failure. And that's exactly what I did. Very happy with that. You're going to see the last set that I put in were abs. You know, I may have a minor tear somewhere in my abs. I hope it's not a, what do you call those? Is it a hysterectomy? No. That tear in the abs. Ugh, it's going to piss me off that I can't get the name of it. I know exactly what it is. I just had the name. Anyways, it could be a micro one of those. I mean, my abdomen looks good, but I got to go very easy on it. Even when I'm doing stretches in the morning, it's my abs that tighten up really bad. I don't know why. I crunch a lot of weight. I guess I've been paying the price for it. I must have done something wrong. But it wasn't like one set of one rep and I injured myself. I think it's just something that I've accumulated slowly over time. And it's just caught up to me. A hernia, that's the word. So I may have a tiny hernia. I mean, it's very, very, very tiny. I don't see anything and I don't feel anything, but it's only when my abdomen, my core is under hard tension that I notice it. So I don't know what that means. You know, I'm not a doctor. I was doing basically body weight crunches. You saw what I did. 6 reps was all I could do. I was starting to spasm like crazy. But, you know, I'm going to do baby steps like that and stop as soon as it hurts. I'm going to keep trying and stop as soon as it hurts. My abs are okay. You know, they're not an issue for me. They look good. When I get shredded, you know, I mean, they'll be very noticeable, of course. I engage the core as a secondary muscle for a lot of my workout, especially back workout. You know, any type of pull down or row, you're engaging the core a lot. So I'm definitely training the core, just not isolating it. But you know what? An injury would be devastating at this point, and that's the most important thing, is not to get injured. Other than that, I felt strong. Can't complain. I got the what is it? Did I do the 105 dumbbells for the incline press? So last week I got 11, this week I got 10. You know, that's very close. And I mean, you see how slow I go and how low I go. You'll see a lot of guys in the gym, they may be able to pick up the 100-pound dumbbells, but they're just doing like the top quarter, you know? Their elbows maybe touch 90 degrees. For me, 90 degrees is nothing. For me, it's all the way down until the weight touches my shoulder, until I can't go any lower, emphasizing the shoulder, the delt, and the pec muscle. The pec muscle more when I'm doing the incline dumbbell press, but both. And the lower you come, the more of a stretch the muscle is getting. The muscle actually gets longer the lower you go. So that's where the hypertrophy is. Those are where the gains are. That's the hardest part. And just holding it, you know, just holding that stretch, you're just breaking down muscle fibers, just holding it, you know. And then when you fully extend and lock out, you're kind of resting. And the top portion of that movement is triceps. You know, my triceps have never been an issue. I have naturally good biceps, triceps, and shoulders. My back is okay. It's my legs and my chest that need the focus, which I think I've knocked both of them out of the park, considering where I started from. You know, I'm still not going to have the biggest chest and legs on stage. I expect to have the biggest shoulders, biceps, and triceps on stage. I mean, again, what I expect and what we show on competition day are two different things. Remember, you could have a better body part than somebody for 364 days a year, but if that one day, that 365th day, is the day you're on stage and it's not as good, it doesn't matter what you did on the rest of the year. We're being graded for how we look within like a 10-minute span. Twice we come out, you know? And the judges have pretty much made up their mind after the first round. They basically have the placings, and there's a little room to move up 1 or 2 places. you know, but basically you're not going to go from last to first in the finals. It's just not how it works. But, you know, I think I'm very good with the peaks. Peaking is not going to be a problem for me. I'm very good at controlling my intake. That's like a superpower of mine. My sleep is a superpower of mine. Probably mobility, agility, flexibility. Those are my weak points. And those things are definitely affecting the tightness of my back, and B, my posing. All I can do is work on it and get slightly better every day. Still, there's a ton of time out. The stretching and the posing will actually get easier as I lose weight. So we'll be like sucking in the vacuum and all that. But I'm in no rush, because the way I see it is, yeah, my vacuum is shittier, but I should try harder now when it's hard, when my stomach is full, when I'm full of water, when I'm full of carbs, when I'm heavy and fat. Because then when I lose the weight, it's only gonna get easier, you know? It's almost like training when I'm posing when I look the worst. So that when I pose when I look the best, it looks even better, you know? But keep in mind, all my competition is doing that, you know? So I have to do all this just to keep pace. It's very competitive. A lot of people are coming to this show. This is going to be, and I want a competitive show. Winning a show that nobody attends, like, honestly, that would be a wasted year. And my goal is definitely to win the show. There's no question about it. But the only way I'm going to win the show is if I bring my best package. If I'm the best I could possibly be. Because in the end, I don't control what other people do, and I don't control the number the judge writes down on the paper. I control me. Having said that, my mindset has to be in first place. You know, if you want to get an 80 on a test, you don't shoot for an 80, you shoot for 100. But yeah, legitimately you have to aim at 100. You can't just say the words. When I'm training, when I'm under that weight, all those reps, that's what I'm training. On show day, all the work will be done. There'll be nothing left to do. Now is when I have to, is what matters, you know? I love my shoulder span. It'll be more a question of getting my waist as thin as possible. My legs have really filled out a bit. I'm very happy with that. My posing is light years ahead, but it could still be a lot better. There's no question about that. I'm going to be posing with my coach tomorrow. We're going to learn the transitions between poses. And then when I start posing, I'll be doing that. So again, I did the 3 poses. It was just barely over 6 minutes. Sweating like a pig. If you noticed, I wasn't breathing heavy. So I think I'm light years ahead of where I was. I remember I couldn't get through 1 posing session. Now I'm doing 3 in 6 minutes. Very, very, very happy with that. My posing is definitely my Achilles heel. Not my physique, not my dieting, not my conditioning, my posing. And you can't say any one of the 3 is more important, and I'll tell you why. Because if you're good at 2 and you suck at 1, there's another guy on the stage that's going to beat you. I mean, you could have the greatest body and the greatest conditioning, but if you can't show it off, nobody's going to see it, you know? And that's just how it works, you know? And my goal isn't just to do well in this competition, which is basically an amateur competition. My goal is to be a professional. And a professional has to be able to do everything. You know, I mean, just think about a professional in any other sport. They don't have big gaps in their abilities. Their weaknesses are still very good, and then they're great at their specialties. That's what I have to be. My posing has to get up to very good, which I'm not there. I'm not there yet, let's be honest. I mean, even good, I would say, is probably pretty strong for my posing right now. But I would say I'm on pace. The momentum is on my side. I am getting better. If you go look back at some older videos of me posing, like, it's just not as good. I'm hyperventilating a lot. It's difficult for me to find the pose and remember how to do it. And what I'm really focusing on now are those side relaxed poses, because those side relaxed poses really show somebody off. And I always find that I twist my head when I do it, because, you know, you're flexing every muscle in the body. So, you know, and it looks easy. It looks like you're just standing there like a statue, but it's basically like you're pulling, every muscle in your body is like contorting. My feet are digging into the ground, you know, my arms are squeezed as tight as possible, but I have a smile on my face trying to make it look easy. Bodybuilding is an illusion, you know? It's a dance. It is an art form. It's not pure art, there's no question about it, but there's definitely an element of that in the posing. You know, obviously the dieting and the training is not art. But when you're upstage in your little, whatever I'm wearing, my little trunks, and I'm basically dancing to music, you know, posing to music, that is kind of an art form. And I didn't become a bodybuilder to do that, but I'm going to have to master it to become a bodybuilder. You know, I don't want to just be a gym rat that never competes. I want to work for something. And I'm having so much fun, like really am. I love it, do it. And when issues come up, you solve them as quickly as possible. You know, my blender broke this, I don't know if I said this already, this in the earlier video, but my blender started smoking because I added blueberries. So today I bought a blender at Costco. It's in my trunk. You can probably see it. It's like right there. It's like right in my trunk. So like tomorrow I'm gonna have a blender. I'm not gonna go one day without a blender. You know? I don't get it when it's convenient for me. That's how it works. That's how it works, you know? Anyways, I think I went on long enough. I made my point. I'm going to leave us off here. Again, thank you very much for watching. And remember, muscle doesn't grow on trees. Peace out.